What's going on, everybody? This is Fatman and the Hawk, and of course, I am the Hawk.
Yeah, we're a little late today. Fat Man had some lunch that didn't agree with him. Maybe it was just too much lunch. Got a little touch of the squirty butts holes. But yeah, let's talk about some free agency.
Oh yeah, free agency signing everywhere. Had plenty of that this week, obviously, with it opening up and all that crazy happy stuff there. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna share the actual NFL.com page, kind of read it off, have all our thoughts so you can visually see it. And that's just how we're gonna do things today. So we're gonna do that right now. Can everybody see that? Dave, can you see that?
Omaha? Yep. I can see it.
Okay. So up first, Buffalo Bills, very first one. Mitchell Trubisky signed a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. I kind of feel a little sad about Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, I don't think that he's a phenomenal quarterback by all means, but I definitely don't think he's ever going to see the field over in Buffalo.
Well, as long as Josh Allen stays healthy, he won't see the field. But I think that's a pretty good pickup for the Bills. They got a solid backup now, way better than good old Nathan Peterman they had a couple of years ago. So if anything was to happen to Josh Allen, they have a suitable backup there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really a cheap contract for a veteran quarterback.
Yeah, a veteran backup quarterback. I agree. It's not really too bad for them. Up next, Tywan Jones to a 1-year. Another decent one for me, the wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders. It just gives him another weapon, with Cole Beasley and Stephon Diggs. So, they did some moves to make that a little better.
I don't know why they would. It's kind of weird to me that they let John Brown go and signed Emmanuel Sanders.
Well, Emmanuel's I know John Brown's talented, but I definitely think Emmanuel's better, even this late in his career.
Yeah, but he's talented, he's quick, and he's young. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders, I think, has been around a while.
Yeah. Then they signed Jacob Hollister. Thank you. Fuck that guy. I'm not a fan. So good riddance. They sure up.
He played for the Hawks at one point.
Yeah, he was the tight end for Seattle last year. He was a backup to Greg Olsen and Will Dissly. But then they signed some offensive linemen, Darrell Williams and Joe Feliciano. I hope I said that name right. Hopefully, might not have, but that's fine. They shirt up Matt Miliano, which is good, and Levy Wallace, Pat Hack.
It's just Matt Hack.
Pat Hack.
He played for Miami. He's pretty decent.
He's Pat Hack to me, bud.
Hey, the punter is an important position. I know all they do is kick the ball, but you want a good punter to pin you deep.
The punter's a good position if you're Pat McAfee.
Come on.
All right, on to the Dolphins.
Woo!
Go ahead and take that away there.
All right, so for backup quarterback, they went ahead. They signed Jacoby Brissett, 1-year, $5 million deal with a max value of 7.5. I really wish that they would have kept Fitzpatrick as opposed to signing Jacoby Brissett. Outside of that, there's really nothing much on this list we're talking about. Malcolm Brown signed a 1-year deal, 1.75. Adam Pankey re-signed a contract. Isaiah Wilson. Now, this is a funny one because Miami traded, I think it was a 7th-round pick, to get this guy. He was a 1st-round pick, I think, last year for Tennessee. And 3 days later, they cut him. And from everything I was reading, sounds like the guy's just a can't get right. He was showed up late for his physical, didn't show up for voluntary camps he agreed to show up for. So hopefully that guy gets his shit straightened out. They signed Will Fuller, 1-year deal, up to $10.5 million, $3 million in incentives. That's a good pickup. Gives to a target. I'm still hoping to see them go ahead, grab a receiver in the draft. Matt Skura, Adam Butler, Bernardrick McKinney. That was another trade with the Texans. Justin Coleman and Michael Pilardi, a punter.
It's Pikel Pilardi. Any punter's name starts with a P from here on out.
All right, sounds good to me.
Right.
I think that Benardrick McKinney pickup is a good, solid pickup for them.
Yeah, I just want to read off a comment here. Rob Davis, I'm here, fellas. Just want to start off with saying congrats to the Hawk. Thank you very much, buddy.
No, Rob Davis, you're supposed to start off with fuck Tom Brady.
All right. We're going to move on to the New England Patriots. In my mind, I'm sure in yours as well, and most of you out there that follow the NFL as much as we do, the Patriots right now are winning free agency. Up first, Cam Newton to a 1-year deal, 13.6, but he has to kind of pretty much earn that, which is great. I think Cam is going to be a lot better for New England next year, considering they're going to have the offseason, another year with Josh McDaniels and Belichick. So that's all like good things for him.
That's just it for Cam. He's going to have a whole year, a whole offseason to get used to the playbook, to work out with the guys. Last year was kind of a bad year for guys to sign with new teams because they didn't have an offseason. They didn't get to know each other. So I think you're going to see a different Cam Newton this season, regardless of all the weapons they picked up.
Yeah, see, like I think the biggest issue with Cam is he's more of like a gunslinger / running quarterback, and then you get stuck in like some offense that's like Josh McDaniels, is more like dink and dunk, throwing to tight ends, and just getting 5-6 yards. Like that's just different, considering what he was used to playing in Carolina for all those years. But up next for them, they signed a couple of wide receivers. Nelson Aguilar had his best season of his career with the Raiders. Now on to the Patriots. Kendrick Bourne also signed with the Patriots. They're just spending money over there for Cam, giving him all kinds of weapons. Then they got them a pair of very solid blocking and very solid catching tight ends, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. So we're going to see that double tight end set come back over in New England. Kind of scary going through the offensive weapons, in my opinion. Of his career with the Raiders. Now on to the Patriots. Kendrick Bourne also signed with the Patriots. They're just spending money over there for Cam, giving him all kinds of weapons. Yeah, you want to cut this down? Yeah,
I don't know what that was all about. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, it's all good. But moving on, then they started shoring up some members on their offensive line: Trent Brown, David Andrews, and Ted Karras. Andrews with a 14-year, $19 million deal, 6.5 guaranteed. I thought that was probably one of their better signings there. Then right on to the defensive line, which honestly I was hoping that Seattle did this.
Go again. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
We got Devin Gottschalk, Montravius Adams, Henry Anderson, all on there. Matt Judon, Raekwon McMillan, Kyle Van Noy. How do you feel about that one, bud?
Yeah. Raekwon McMillan was a Dolphin at one point, too.
Yeah.
Bill just bought a whole new team.
Yeah, pretty much. Then they got Justin Bethel, Jalen Mills, Cody Davis, and Nick Folk. Put your motherfucking head back down.
Yeah,
hopefully I'll remember that.
McMillan, Van Noy, Godcho, they were all Dolphins at one point. So I think Ted Karras, the center, was too. So I'm kind of interested to see how good they do for New England up there with Billy. Have a good coach. They're loaded. Yeah, they're winning free agency. Signed all the big names. They're only missing one or two big names that were out there. So I'm scared. They stand a good shot at winning the division again.
Yep. And you might as well go ahead and take away your second favorite football team.
Oh, yeah. Give me some Jets, baby. So they signed Josh Adams, Kellen Cole. Corey Davis was a big pickup for them. He's a pretty decent receiver. 3 years, $37.5 million. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty pleased with them trying to get some offensive weapons. They're not too old either, and I'm a Sam Darnold fan. The guy just needs some help over there.
Yeah. Fuck the Jets. Signed a tight end, Tyler Kroft, center Dan Feeney, defensive end Carl Lawson. 3-year, $45 million for him. That's a nice chunk of change. Max value of 47.5. Defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins, linebacker Jared Javis, safety Marcus May. That's he's worth holding on to too. He's a pretty good player. He got the franchise tag.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Hardy and Marcus Joyner. They're still gonna suck. Bottom of the division.
Yeah. Moving on to the Baltimore Ravens. And, I look at this list, and the first thing that makes me a little sad for them is I don't see no wide receivers on it. They got Josh Oliver through a trade in exchange for a conditional draft pick, an offensive guard, Kevin Zeitler, 3-year deal, $22 million. Not too bad there. Tyus Bowser, Pernell McPhee, which is good. Justin Ellis, Derek Wolfe, all decent. But honestly, this team is really, really in need of a free safety and a wide receiver, and that's really what I want to see from them.
Well, they did make a run at a receiver. They did make a run at a guy. They just didn't sign him.
But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, in about 2 minutes. Cincinnati re-signed Brandon Allen, backup quarterback, tackle Riley Reif, defensive end Trey Hendrickson, defensive line Larry Ogunjobi. I think that's how you say it.
Say his name again, because I'm pretty sure everybody would enjoy that.
No. Chidobe. What are they signing these guys straight out of Africa? Chidobe Awazie, I think. Cornerback Tony Brown, cornerback Mike Hilton, safety Brandon Wilson, and long snapper Clark Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they sound like some of them guys sound like tribal names.
All right, going on to Cleveland Browns. The very first one, which is the one I agree with there, Rashard Higgins, to a 1-year deal. Awesome. JoJo Natson, Greg Snat, okay, defensive end. Tarkus McKinley, okay, I'll take that. Malik Jackson to another 1-year deal. Linebacker Malcolm Smith, not too bad going back to the Browns. Anthony Walker, Troy Hill, and safety John Johnson to a 3-year, $33.75 million deal. So that's pretty good for him. And the kicker, Cody Parkey.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, especially in the group here, there's a lot of Browns fans. They all seem pretty satisfied with a lot of the pickups they made.
Yeah, the one I like the most is the Rashard Higgins. You keep that number 3,
And no talks to trade, no OBJ, so there you go.
What? OBJ getting traded?
Nah.
I'll take him all day.
All right, so moving on to the Steelers. Receiver Ray McLeod agreed to a 1-year deal. They re-signed him. Juju Smith-Schuster signed a 1-year deal worth $8 million. $7 million signing bonus, $1 million base salary with voidable years. I'm getting tired of hearing about those voidable years. Offensive tackle Zach Banner, offensive lineman BJ Finney, offensive lineman Joe Haig, cornerback Cameron Sutton, and safety Miles Killebrew. The one thing that surprises me is they haven't signed a running back yet.
No.
I
think their biggest issue with that is not having the money to.
And I very vividly remember a few weeks ago talking about how Juju was going to end up back in Pittsburgh. Early on, he came out and said if Ben came back to Pittsburgh, he wanted to be back in Pittsburgh. The Ravens made a run at him, and the Chiefs made a run at him. So, and he re-signed with Pittsburgh. And those other 2 deals, I believe, were for more money.
Yeah, I think this is the best thing. He's getting a lot of hate right now. Juju is being the TikTok, boy dancing on the logos. Personally, I like the whole dancing on the logos, rub the salt in it. Oh, well, that's just me. But, I feel like this gains some type of respect to sign this deal, to stay with the Steelers, to, proves that he's more of a team player than a lot of people were giving him credit for.
So him dancing on the logos, you're saying rub salt in the wound. I don't have a problem with rubbing salt in the wound, but dance on the logo after you win.
Oh yeah, right.
Or
Well,
after you score a touchdown.
or like take the ball on it and just put it in the center of the star.
Yeah, there you go. T.O.
Oh yeah.
So on the Juju thing a little bit more, he might just be playing it smart and saying, hey, the salary cap's low this year. I'll take this money. I'll stay in Pittsburgh in a system I know with a quarterback I know. And then next year, I'll be a free agent again when there's more money out there to be had, and I'll get a bigger deal. He could be playing it smart that way, too.
Yeah, possibly. But moving on, in my personal opinion, the team in second place doing very well in free agency. Honestly, they have an argument for first as well. And that's the Houston Texans. They got Ryan Finley from the Bengals for a late round pick. Not bad. Tyrod Taylor signed a 1 year, $5.5 million deal. Also not bad. You know, the guy hasn't really played a whole lot over the last few seasons, but he is serviceable. Mark Ingram, Philip Lindsay. They've got a dual threat running. They got dual threat running backs back there now. I think that's two very good pickups. I don't think Mark Ingram's too old. He's still a little bit of a bruiser. And Philip Lindsay, in my opinion, very underrated. I feel like that's a steal for $3.25 million right there. I don't know. I really like that. On to wide receivers. They picked up three of them: Andre Roberts, Alex Ickerson, and Dante Moncrief. Moncrief is a little bit of a sleeper because he's also got a lot of talent over there. They re-signed Pharaoh Brown, and they acquired Ryan Izzo in a trade with the Patriots. Not too bad. Another thing they got from the Patriots there was Marcus Cannon, which is also solid in my opinion. Justin McCry to 2 years. Justin Britt, Shaq Lawson in a trade with the Dolphins.
That was part of the McKendry trade.
Yep. Derek Rivers, Malik Collins, then linebacker Kamu Gragier-Heel. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I did the best I could. Jordan Jenkins, Christian Kirksey, which is pretty good for me. Terrence Mitchell, Vernon Hargreaves, Desmond King. That Desmond King there is a very, very good cornerback. I think that's very solid for them. Tavir Thomas, Terrence Brooks, and Pam Johnston. Remember, guys, every punter, first name starts with a P.
So I didn't realize that they made that many moves in Houston.
Oh, yeah, they're killing it. Honestly, I think they're trending in the right direction. They're kind of like, you know, they've been doing pretty bad over the last couple of years, and I think they're making some solid moves here.
But I don't see anything really eye-opening though.
Well, to me,
Dante Moncrief could be a good receiver, like he was at one point.
I think the eye-opening thing
for a couple of years.
The eye-opening thing for me is these two right here, Ingram and Philip and Lindsay, having that dual threat. You know, we got a power back up here, Mark Ingram, and he's also got a nice skill set. He's a good blocker, catches the ball well out of the backfield. But then you have that Philip Lindsay. You know, that right there is a nice 1-2 punch. I don't even know who's going to start in this. They're both solid.
I think Lindsay will probably get the start, I would think.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, going on to the Colts.
You got a lot right here.
This is my favorite move of the offseason so far, though, was they traded for Carson Wentz, acquiring a trade from Philly. They re-signed Marlon Mack and re-signed cornerback Xavier Rhodes. That was you making extra noise that time.
That mine.
But the big move for me was, you know, Carson Wentz. I think he's going to be revitalized, be rejuvenated. I expect the Colts to be pretty good this year. I mean, they already had a lot of talent. We've seen what Phillip Rivers did with them last year. I'm kind of high on Wentz this year.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you. I think the Carson Wentz thing is really, really good. They have very solid offensive line. You know, Carson Wentz, I feel like he's that player that really, really needed a new change of scenery. Like he just needed to go somewhere. And I'm kind of excited to see how well this team does.
I I sort of feel like he never got the feeling of he was the guy in Philly.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, moving on to Jacksonville. They're doing okay here. They acquired Carlos Hyde to a 2-year deal. Jamal Agnew, Philip Dorsett, solid sign there. Marvin Jones, another solid sign there. Cam Robinson, Tyler Shatley, Dwayne Smoot, Tyson Lulu, Jihad Ward, Malcolm Brown, Roy Robertson Harris. Solid deal, 3-year, $24 million contract. Sidney Jones, Shaquille Griffin. I think they're having some fun taking some players from Seattle, which I'm fine with. They're not taking like the most important pieces, which is good. He got 3-year, $45.5 million, 29 guaranteed. I'm happy for him. He was solid for Seattle. I feel like if we're looking for a number one, a number one corner, we might need to go somewhere else, and I'm okay with giving those reins to DJ Reed right now. They got Rudy Ford and Rashawn Jenkins. Also, another good contract for him. 4 years, $35 million, $16 million guaranteed. Not too bad for that. Caden Lee, so far the Patriots are making a strong run in free agency. And my opinion, them and the Houston Texans are making the biggest splashes so far.
I just feel I feel like the Patriots acquired better talent.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money to do it, but also acquired a ton of talent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my turn. We'll run through Tennessee.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, Tennessee Titans. Tight end Anthony Ferkser, tight end Jeff Swaim, offensive tackle Kendall Lamb, offensive tackle Ty Sembrello? I don't know.
Sembrello.
Whatever. Italian. Offensive tackle Ty Italian. Defensive end Danico Autry, linebacker Jayon Brown, linebacker Bud Dupree. That's a big one. That's going to add to their pass rush. That's going to hurt Pittsburgh. Up to $85 million with $35 million guaranteed. That's a nice fat contract too. Happy for him. The guy that ended Matt Moore's career, or at least what we knew of him. They also signed cornerback Janoris Jenkins. I think that was a good deal too because Janoris Jenkins was good a couple years ago. And cornerback Kevin Johnson. So the highlight for them is absolutely Bud Dupree.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, it's like, what was the biggest knock on Tennessee, this past season? Their lack of pass rush. They signed a D, they got the Bud Dupree. They're fully aware of their issues on their team, and they're making solid moves. Like, this is the type of free agency I was expecting from like Baltimore. Going after maybe a wide receiver and kind of like piggybacking off of there. Caden Lee, upset about Baltimore, hasn't made a strong run for a receiver. It's one of our biggest needs. So, yep, totally agree. But yeah, I think this is very solid. I think they're doing things. They're going to improve. Nothing on here makes me think they're going to take a step back. AFC West, we are on to Denver, not really making a whole lot of noise other than losing some people. Mike Boone, 2-year, $2.6 million guaranteed. We got Shelby Harris re-signing. Ronald Darby to $30 million deal for 3 years. Justin Simmons received the franchise tag. Then he later signed to a 4-year, $61 million contract that included $35 million in guarantees. And cornerback Kyle Fuller, he signed another for another year for them. So, like I said, this team is really solid on offense. They kind of have some issues at the quarterback position, but it seems like the franchise is going to stick it out with Locke. They are happy with all the little things that he's doing in the offseason. So, I'm not so sure what we're going to see out of Denver.
I'm surprised that they didn't make a run at a guy like Tyrod Taylor. And I heard they went in after Fitz and then backed out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think Denver needs a quarterback.
It makes you kind of wonder, like, did they do that because they have faith in Drew Lock? It makes you think that they kind of second guessed it at first, and then they're like, we're going to try to go with this guy going forward. Because I mean, we've said it. Me and you've said this so many times that we think that rookie quarterbacks in general, they kind of pull the trigger way too quick and don't let them really develop. And then he's going into his third year. Let's see what he's got going into his third year before writing him off as somebody that's terrible after 2.
Yeah, I think he's a bum.
Strong arm, though. I think he's talented.
All right. Yeah, Ryan Mallett had a strong arm, too. All right. Kansas City Chiefs signed tight end Blake Bell, offensive guard Kyle Long, Joe Tooney from the Patriots, 5-year contract worth $80 million. I'm always happy when the big boys get their money. Mike Reimers, another offensive tackle, and defensive end Taco Charlton.
I do have one question. Was it fun saying Taco Charlton on camera?
Yes. More tacos. Tacos for everybody.
Yep. All right. Going into Las Vegas, acquiring Kenyon Drake, 2-year, $11 million deal. He's very solid. He's got some talent. I know
he's a bum.
Fat Man absolutely hates Kenyon Drake because the Hawk used to tell him that he was better than a couple of guys that he liked. Then they got Theo. You got a point. Theo Riddick over there. He's another solid. He'll be a solid backup for sure. John Brown, Zay Jones. I like Zay Jones. I just want everybody to know that. I like Zay Jones. I'd look out for Zay going next year. Derek Carrier, Richie Incognito, Nick Martin, Denzel Good, Yannick. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Jonathan Hankins, Quentin Jefferson. Good sign right there. Solomon Thomas and Nicholas Morrow.
Yeah, we're going to need Google Translate for that one.
Like, nobody wants to see me over here struggling on that.
All right, so my favorite signing is Richie Incognito on that list.
Mine's Quentin and Kenyon Drake for sure. Zay Jones as well.
I like Incognito.
Mm-hmm.
He's mean. I like mean football players. He's kind of an asshole, but he's mean.
Yep.
All right, Los Angeles Chargers signed tight end Jared Cook, 1-year deal worth $6 million. Matt Feeler, they signed Corey Linsley. That's a big one. I wonder how Packers fans feel with that one. O'Day Abushi, what the? Michael Davis, Brandon Basion, and kicker Michael Bagley. Starting to struggle with some of these names, bud.
This is why I knew this was a good idea.
The funniest part is struggling with the names.
I want to comment here. If you just look at what they're doing, tight end, tackle, center, they're looking to make sure that they have a safety net for their young quarterback, a tackle for their young quarterback, and a center for their young quarterback. They are actively looking to improve his chances to be successful. And this is what you got to do when you have a young guy with a lot of talent like Justin Herbert. So I think these are very solid moves for Los Angeles Chargers. Anything when you add there, beautiful, other than try not to hurt yourself on the next name you have to pronounce?
I think I'm going to have an aneurysm with some of these, man.
You're just trying to say it, it's just not coming out.
I like the Corey Linsley pickup, honestly. That's my favorite one on the list. Like I said, yeah. I wonder how the Packers fans feel. And I think it's exactly like you said. They're trying to protect their young guy in Justin Herbert. They know that's a big investment. They know that's their guy of the future. Mm-hmm. Dude played like a beast. They have all the other weapons on the outside. So, yeah, protect your number one asset.
Mm-hmm. All right, finally, we're done with the AFC side. It's on to the NFC side. And the biggest signing of the offseason goes to none other than Dak Prescott, $160 million contract, 4 years, 126 guaranteed. I can't say that I'm happy for like the position itself getting paid that much, or do I think it's a bad signing? I think it's just too much money if you're looking at Dallas, the organization. I think it's a great sign for Dak Prescott for the person. He does do a lot. He had a solid career so far. Just a little bit too expensive for me, and a lot of it has to do with the market itself. But then they went on for Ty Nesky, Carlos Watkins, Brent Urban, Terrell Basham, C.J. Goodwin, Jordan Lewis, Keanu Neal. I like that one. That's not too bad. And long snapper Jason McQuaid. So the one thing that kind of like pops out to me is they're looking at some depth for their line, their linebackers. That's honestly their biggest hole right now is they just need to play a little better on the defensive side of the ball. And they also have Dan Quinn over there going into next season, so they're looking pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah, look, to me, that's about $60 million too much for Dak. He hasn't won anything. Is he? I think he's middle of the road. I hope he shuts me up this year.
Yeah, that's what I want him to do. I want him to shut me up.
But, we know their weakness is the defense. So I think they need to spend some more time fixing that defensive side of the ball. I'm not impressed with these names they grabbed here.
Yeah, honestly, it just looks like a bunch of depth signings,
Right.
But they're going to have a new system over there. Dan Quinn's I know the basic Tampa 2 type of style for a D coordinator is not exciting. It's not exciting seeing somebody who likes to blitz a lot or all that stuff. It's more exciting to see that. But, Dan Quinn's solid. He has had the number one defense before. Let's just see what he does. I would be a little bit optimistic if I was a Cowboys fan overall, other than the Prescott signing.
All right, on to the Giants. They signed a backup for Daniel Jones, Mike Glennon, running back Devontae Booker. Their big signing, the biggest name I was hearing about during free agency, Kenny Galladay, 4 years, $72 million deal. That boy got paid. They signed John Ross, tight end Kyle Rudolph. I ain't even trying with that name.
Ifidi Odenijibo.
Yeah. Sounds like he comes from Wakanda. Leonard Williams got the franchise tag. They later agreed on a long-term deal, $63 million for 3 years, 45 of that fully guaranteed. And linebacker Reggie Ragland. I'm really surprised that the Giants landed Kenny Galladay.
I am too, and it gives them the weapon that they've been missing since OBJ left there. Also, getting John Ross, again, very friendly contract. He's, I have to say, I really do like the John Ross signing a little bit too. So adding the wide receiver depth, they did. I believe they are losing Golden Tate, so this is good. It's good for them.
Yeah, they did leave Golden Tate go.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, maybe the Giants will win the team next year.
Yeah. A little bit of comments here. Why y'all talk about the Cowboys? We don't even know why we're talking about the Cowboys.
Because they're on the list.
Parker agrees with us that the Cowboys are paying way too much for Dak, And Zach believes that this is whack, and you're damn straight it's whack. That's why we're doing it, because it's whack. Dog Pound Nation.
Because, yeah.
Go ahead. Let it rip.
Because 4 times a week, Browns fans come on and talk. Now we like to come on and talk about every team, make everybody feel warm and fuzzy inside.
4 times a week. All right, Philadelphia Eagles.
Browns and Steelers are what I hear about the most.
As you can see, Philadelphia is making a whole lot of noise in free agency, probably the most signings of every single team in the league. Defensive tackle Hassan Ridgeway, safety Andrew Adams, and safety Anthony Harris, which that one's, I'm not going to lie, that's a pretty good deal. But as you can see, they're making a ton of noise in free agency. Kudos to the Philadelphia Eagles and their fan base.
Yep, Redskins signed my boy Fitzy, Lamar Miller, another ex-Dolphin bum. They got Curtis Samuel. That's a good pickup for them. They franchise tagged their guard. Tyler Larson at center. David Mayo linebacker. Cornerback William Jackson. 3 years, $40 million, and kicker Dustin Hopkins. Way to go,
So,
Redskins.
having that combo of Curtis Samuel and McLaurin, I think that's pretty damn good, honestly, on offense. Antonio Gibson, I think this offense is going to be pretty solid next year. I wonder what's going to happen with the quarterbacks, though. I believe they're going to have Heineke kind of fight for the job. From what I read, they were very happy with his performance in the playoffs. So I think it's going to be a quarterback battle between Fitzpatrick and Heineke.
Fitz is your starter.
I kind of like Heineke, bud.
Fitzy's your starter.
Fitzy's the starter when it comes to being a dad. What's he got, 11 kids?
14. I don't know. He's got a whole bunch. He's got enough to start his own franchise.
Yeah. And now we got the biggest news of the decade. The Bears acquired quarterback Russell Wilson. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. That's not actually happening.
I was going to say that's the name missing from the list.
Yep. It was great. Bears fans, all of you happy about getting Wilson. As you can see, it's not going to happen because you guys ended up with the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. I like Dalton. Dalton's not a bad quarterback, so that's more than serviceable. Allen Robinson, you keep him for a year. I think that's top 5 wide receiver talent to be, in my opinion. Very solid season considering he's had Trubisky and Foles trying to fight to throw to him. Jermaine Ifedi, Mario Edwards Jr., Angelo Blackson. Another solid signing here too, Desmond Trufant. Now, he's not the most amazing cornerback, but considering what he is right now, he is a solid veteran. Not a bad sign for them. Deion Bush, kicker, Cario Santos, and hey, this guy's already got a P there. It's Pat O'Donnell re-signed, and Patrick Scales. Juju is a fucking clown from Zach Miller. Are you salty?
Who's salty? You salty? I'm not salty.
I'm not salty. I'm chilling over here.
All right, Lions traded for Jared Goff, signed Tim Boyle, running back Jamal Williams, receiver Brashard Perryman, receiver Tyrell Williams, tight end Josh Hill, Charles Harris, Romeo Akwara, defensive end, however you say it, Michael Brockers in a trade with the Rams, and Don Muhlbach, long snapper. Yeah, I'm not impressed with anything on that list either. Maybe Michael Brockers, he was good at one point.
I think the best signing here is Don Muhlbach. 18th NFL season for the Lions. Definitely the best signing on this list. If I was a Lions fan, that's the signing that I would circle and just be really happy. I'd probably go up and get his 18th jersey, honestly. Most needed position that they needed was obviously long snapper.
There you go.
All right. Green Bay Packers, they're making a whole lot of noise. All they had to do that was re-sign Aaron Jones to a 4-year contract, $48 million. Look, Aaron Jones, great cutback running back. One cut, he's gone type of guy. Very solid skill set. Able to catch the ball out of the backfield well. Good blocker. And he's got the breakaway speed. So, I mean, for Green Bay, this is a huge win for every team, mainly the Dolphins that need a running back. Sad for you guys.
Well, looking at the moves Miami made in free agency, they weren't going to go after him anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Vikings, they signed wide receiver Chad Beebe, offensive lineman Rashad Hill, defensive end Stephen Weatherly, defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson, linebacker Nick Vigil, and cornerback Patrick Peterson. That's a big one. He's old, but he's still good. Let's see what he can do in Minnesota.
Yeah, you know, I don't really know what to say too much about this team. They're already solid, but they're not great. They're not bad either. They lost a lot of close games last year. So let's just see where they're at going forward. Patrick Peterson signing, I do agree with you, is probably their best one. Dalvin Tomlinson as well. So, we'll see. And here we go. The Atlanta Falcons, another team obviously making a huge splash in free agency. Lee Smith, Brandon Copeland, and safety Eric Harris. Please, Falcons, do something other than blow leads in the second half.
That's what they're good at, bud. All right.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, wait.
Zach Brown, he says it's trash, and I agree.
Yeah. I don't know if he's talking about the signings or us. We're strong.
I don't care if he's talking about us, but hopefully he's talking about the NFC South. He said NFC South.
All right. I agree, Zach. The Carolina Panthers signed wide receiver David Moore, tight end Dan Arnold, offensive tackle Cam Irving, offensive tackle Tyler Moulton was franchise tagged, offensive guard Pat Elfane, defensive lineman Morgan Fox, linebacker Denzel Perryman, linebacker Hassan Reddick. That's an interesting one. Cornerback Rashawn Melvin, and long snapper J.J. Jansen. I'm seeing an awful lot of long snappers on this list. Hassan Reddick is an interesting one for me because that guy's career has been up and down and not necessarily living up to his draft position.
Yeah. For me, this one kind of makes me a little sad because I see my boy David Moore on the Carolina Panthers. Farewell is a good run you had over in Seattle. I think he's very underrated. I think he does a really good job of tracking the ball. I think he's got solid hands. So they did lose Curtis Samuel, so I'm a little excited to see what his year is going to be like. I do know that I think this is solid. Okay, over to the New Orleans Saints. Jameis Winston re-signing for a year. This is the big one. I mean, obviously, all Winston's good for is eating W's off his hands. So that's what he does. Ty Montgomery, he re-signed for a 1-year contract. Alex Arma, James Hurst, PJ Williams, and Marcus Williams. Really, the biggest thing, the problem with New Orleans is just they didn't have money for anybody, but their team is overall solid already. On to, we only talk about winners in here.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, we're only going to talk about the winner right now. We better get Steven in here right now so he could finally
hear about his team.
Finally hear about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Zach, you missed the AFC North, bud. That was like the second one on the list. But I seen a couple of your lives this week and the week before. I'd love to get you to come in here and talk about the moves that the Browns made once we get through the rest of this list. We're almost done, so our background person will throw up a link for you to come in and join us, and we'd love to get you on here and talk to you about it. Because we don't know everything about every team. It's nice to talk to the fans. So Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first and foremost, let me warm it up. Fuck Tom Brady. Yes. All right. Chris Godwin received the franchise tag. They re-signed Rob Gronkowski. Offensive guard Aaron Stiney. Defensive end Shaquille Barrett re-signed. Raheem Nunez-Roches, Levante David, Kevin Minter, and Ryan Suckup. So basically everybody who was teed up to leave the Buccaneers re-signed and came back. The name I don't see is Leonard Fournette. And I believe he was on a 1-year deal. So I wonder why they didn't bring him back.
Maybe Shady Brady is still mad that he kept dropping some passes.
Maybe.
Comment here. Tom Brady is still the GOAT, as much as we may hate him.
That's a fact.
Actually, it's not, and I'm only saying this for Steven. Using Steven's logic, since Nick Foles and Eli Manning beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, that means Eli Manning's the best quarterback of all time, followed by Nick Foles, and then it's Tom Brady. Using Steven's logic, we must follow him because he knows the most about football ever. But on to the NFC West, NFC Best. That's right, wide receiver AJ Green. This is a huge signing, and not a lot of people. Hell yes, Zach Brown. I know you're going to say the NFC North, the fakes over there. This is a huge signing. Not a lot of people talked about AJ Green being a free agent, and here he is going to team up with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, and of course, JJ Watt down here, obviously going to the best team in the NFL, or so we thought he was going to do, and he decided to take the 2-year, $31 million deal instead. They also got Kelvin Beachum, Rodney Hudson, Marcus Golden, Tanner Vallejo, I think, Robert Alford.
Vallejo.
Yep. They signed Pandy Lee and kicker Matt Prater. I think the Cardinals are doing they're doing pretty well in free agency so far. Obviously, the big one for me is the J.J. Watt and A.J. Green thing. I do think that A.J. Green was just so far under the radar. So,
well, I know I brought A.J. Green up a couple times. I don't. So they let Drake go. Are they going to be looking to draft a running back? That's the only thing I could see them doing. And Larry Fitzgerald, for the first time in his career, is a free agent, and that makes me sad.
You know what would make me happy? If he signed like a 1-year deal to Seattle so I can get a Seahawks Larry Fitzgerald jersey. I would do it.
I've been lucky enough to go see Fitzgerald play a time or two, and I got one of his jerseys hanging in my closet, even though I'm a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, one of the best people in the NFL. Great wide receiver, great career for him so far. All right, so I'm going to read off some comments real quick. We got Zach Brown, boo, boo, boo. I guess when we said something about the Browns, he decided to comment. And then he said JJ Watt, boo. But Nick here, Kyler Murray is a choke artist and will still find a way to miss the playoffs despite how successful they were in free agency. Nick, I think you need to give the guy a little bit more time before we call him a choke artist. He had a solid year, most of it for the first 14 games, and then he started getting they started getting some injuries, most notably a hip injury and a left shoulder injury that kind of slowed him down. Anyways, after that, we got people's anxiety is going to rise next season. Yeah, sure. I hyped up the Cardinals and said they would win the NFC West next season, and I 100% regret that shit. And that's because, Nick, you are a Seahawks hater, and you should have said the Seattle Seahawks.
So Kyler Murray popped his AC joint, and that fucking hurts. It's that little bone right at the top of your shoulder that sticks up, and it makes it real difficult to throw the ball. And
it was in his left side, though. So I mean, it wasn't his throwing shoulder; it was his left shoulder.
But it seemed like their whole game plan changed when he was dealing with that.
Absolutely,
he wasn't taking off and running as much. And I understand it. They were trying to protect him. So I don't put it all 100% on him. Mm-hmm. I mean, they beat the Bills last season.
Yep. I'm gonna do the next one, so I land on Seattle.
Why don't you just do all of the NFC West?
The NFC Best?
Since that's your, that's your division.
Yeah,
and that is the last one we have to go through. It should be.
Yep. All right. So here we go. The Los Angeles Lambs, acquired through trade Matthew Goat Stafford. Very solid. I think this guy is just a beast. Now he's on a team that he doesn't have to carry. So I fully expect the Los Angeles Rams to be the favorite in the NFC next year. Don't give a fuck about what any Buccaneers fans say. We're looking at the number one defense with the Los Angeles offense. Matthew Stafford, great. They got Leonard Floyd back, basically the second best defensive player on their defense. Arguably, because I know Ramsey's there, so it's arguably. Then we got the San Francisco 40 whiners, all 40 of them whining. Re-signed Kyle Juszczyk, Trent Sherfield, Trent Williams, re-signed huge contract, 6-year, $138 million. I believe that this is the highest paid lineman in the NFL by just a couple thousand. They signed Alex Mack, defensive tackle DJ Jones, Samson Ebukam, Emmanuel Mosley, Jason Verrett. So they're doing okay. One glaring thing I don't see from San Francisco right now is anything going forward for the quarterback position. It makes me think that they are happy with Jimmy Garoppolo. I know me as a fan, I'm not, but who am I? I just sit by a computer and talk shit.
And you do it really good.
Not as good as the Fat Man.
Yeah, there's a reason why teams aren't blowing up our phones trying to sign us to come be their GM.
Yep. I guess we got some more comments here. Bucks saying that, Bucks. Nick saying that the Bucks are still the favorites. I think Rams are number 2 seed. How about the Patriots? How about them Patriots, Jordan? And then we have Sam Darnold to San Francisco. Now, I think last week we touched on that a little bit. There's about a third of the teams in the NFL looking at Sam Darnold. Unfortunately, San Francisco doesn't seem too serious about it. I think this would be a very good spot for Sam Darnold to go to. That being said, just so far, we don't know what's going to go on with Sam Darnold. Honestly, I won't be surprised if he does stay with the Jets.
Well, the draft is what's going to tell us what the Jets think of Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. They're sitting there at the number 2 pick. If they grab a quarterback, Sam Darnold's out of there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Wait and see mode, though.
Now we are on to the best team in NFL, the GOAT team in NFL history. We're talking about the Seattle God Seahawks. Yes, the best team ever. First up, they signed Chris Carson. I feel like this is a steal. I believe that he's worth about $8.59 a year, and they got him for a little bit over $7 a year. That's really good. Gerald Everett, very underrated tight end. Thank you, Lambs. We acquired Gabe Jackson, and we re-signed Ethan Posick. I'm not too happy about the Ethan Posick signing. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, he's pretty good, and all that other stuff. But I'm me on the other hand. Screw Ethan Posick. I'm not really a fan. Poona Ford, great, phenomenal nose tackle. And Akello Witherspoon. See, we got another guy from the 40 Whiners last year, DJ Reed, that ended up working out very well for us. So maybe Akello does the same thing. I'm thinking that we're doing decent. Honestly, our biggest pickup is Shane Waldron. I've already talked about it a million times. I think he's going to change the way that we run our offense. But really happy about the Chris Carson and Gerald Everett and the Gabe Jackson so far. So solid, not great, solid.
Yeah, I don't see anything on your list there for your Hawks that's going to get you pressure on the quarterback, bud.
I agree. But don't worry. It's free agency didn't end yesterday or anything. We're good. I have faith. We're still the best team ever. That's all that matters to me.
Number one in your heart, bud.
Yep, and number 1 in everybody else's heart, because they love the Seahawks too.
That's Tom Brady.
Oh, sorry, that is Tom Brady. Don't worry there, Nick. I saw your comments. Don't worry, Jordan. I saw your comments as well. All right. this is pretty much end of the content part itself. So if there's any of you guys that want to come on, mostly Zach, was it Zach Brown?
Zach Brown. Yep. He did
Zach Brown.
I seen him do a couple lives this week on the group. He's a big Browns fan. I'd like to have him come on in and chat with us. I heard somebody click in.
Yep. Just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, buddy.
There he is.
I'm ready. What's happening?
There he is.
What's going on?
Damn Duck in the building. Let's go. Woo, woo. Dog Pound Nation, stand up.
Oh, everybody's going to sit
down. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
Not too much, man. Nice to meet y'all. I'm Zach, a.k.a. Diamond Duck.
All right. So how are you feeling for the where am I getting the feedback?
Say that again?
You hear me twice?
Maybe I need earbuds on. Say that again?
I'm getting some feedback. Fatman, do you hear feedback?
You getting feedback? Let me turn my TV off.
Yeah, I'm getting the feedback too.
All right, what about now? I turn the TV off.
Yeah, I think I'm still going.
It might be that we're coming through on your phone. We're picking it up.
Yeah, I'm on the Android phone. I ain't fortunate enough to have my laptop with me.
You have the Facebook still open?
Yeah, I don't know if it's still open on because I'm on another phone. I ain't got that link open on this phone, but I left it open when I came over.
If you can close the Facebook real quick.
Okay, hold on for a minute.
Yeah, because I'm sure this is probably killing viewers.
All right, what about now?
All right, let me see. Nope, we're still getting double feedback. I don't know what's going on.
I closed the app out.
It's only when we talk that we're getting the double feedback.
All right.
I closed my app out. That's the only one I got open under that name.
Yeah, I don't know what's up. All right. Just want to let you guys know. I don't know what's happening with the echo, but we're going to try to get this going here. We're going to work. Zach, how do you feel about the Cleveland Browns so far?
Oh man, it's great, man. They addressed every problem that we needed. You know, they went out, they got a safety. Shout out John Johnson. Went and got another corner, which was Troy Hill. Great access because they was trying to trade for one. And man, like I say, man, once again, our GM made a great move. You know what I'm saying? Got two guys kind of unappreciated with the Rams. But I'm telling you, man, coming here, they're going to be at the top of our defense. Not counting, we picked up Walker, too, and a few more other guys, but just want to name the top two guys that's really going to contribute a whole lot. And trying to get Jadeveon Clowney, he from Rock Hill, my hometown, football city. They're still interested in Jadeveon Clowney, too. One more, and we got the guy from Atlanta. I don't want to slash his name up. But they're looking for one more piece, another edge rusher, I think.
I'm kind of still interested in Jadeveon Clowney myself. So I mean, hopefully Seattle makes some type of move there as well. But moving on. What team do you think is winning right now?
Say that again. You muffled a little bit.
What team do you think is winning free agency right now?
Right now, man, I'm only keeping up with the Browns. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really, I'm doing so much blogging with the Browns and hadn't really kept up on a whole lot. But the Dak Prescott thing, that affects my quarterback. So they overpaid him. We're going to have to probably overpay Baker now.
Yeah. That's the big thing, man. Go ahead there, Fat Man.
So I know you're worried about having to overpay Baker. How much do you think he's worth?
Well, since Dak Prescott hasn't won a fucking playoff game, Baker can at least demand $42 or $43 million now.
Hold on now. Dak Prescott did win a playoff game, and unfortunately, it was against the Seahawks.
I say it a lot, and I know Dave loves it when I say it. I think the Browns are going to easily win the North next year. What's your take on that? How many games do you think they could win with the moves they made?
Man, let's be real. We ain't beat Lamar Jackson yet. We can't win the North till we beat Lamar Jackson. So I'm gonna hold off on that. I still think we can win 12 or 13 games.
I think I'm on the same page with you. At least like where they're at.
12, 13 games should be enough to win the division.
Not in the North.
You're right.
They're like the 14.
And we almost didn't get in with 11 wins. So
yeah.
That is I guess that is.
So I got another question for you. From first to least, rank every quarterback in the NFC North. Starting.
Lamar Jackson won.
Say it again.
Lamar Jackson won. Man, I'm a realist, man. I play football, so I'm not gonna get on here sugarcoat shit. When he kicking our ass, come out the locker room and beat our ass.
Yeah, you had to take the coach and he comes out and just throws the game away.
4th and 13.
Yep.
4th and 16, something crazy. But I go with Lamar Jackson. I hate to say it, man. Probably Ben Roethlisberger is second. Then my quarterback. And the second-year guy from Cincinnati. I'm just being real, man. I know my fans gonna hate me for saying that, but Ben Roethlisberger does has the paperwork, the rings, and you got the playoff caliber. Besides this year, we kicked his ass in the playoff, but I gotta go with Ben, number 2, man. Baker gotta chip his way on up the ladder with those guys.
I would have to say that close right now. Baker and Ben, because Ben, end of his career, but he did a really good job of, pretty much playing a different way, something he's not used to. So that's what I like about Ben right now. Let's see. Do you think that the Patriots are making a lot of noise, or you think they're just blowing smoke?
They making a lot of noise, man. I'm in the Carolinas, shout out Cam Newton, man. I'm down here in Charlotte, so, I love Cam. They doing big shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Second year around, man. Don't fuck with Bill. Shout out Belichick, man, an ex-Cleveland Brown. Nick Saban, ex-Cleveland Brown. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with those guys. Don't underestimate him. Or Nick Saban. Yeah.
We do have another guest waiting in the wings.
Man, I appreciate y'all bringing me on.
No, you don't have to leave just yet. I just want to know. Whatever shit you need to talk to you about the Patriots, let them have it.
What's up?
Jordan, I just want to
do what?
Fuck the Patriot.
So last week it was Tom Brady out this week. Fuck Tom Brady.
Oh no, fuck Tom Brady. We just added fuck the
Patriot. Why? Because we're back.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, you're scared. You're scared for third place.
Yep. Still be better than the Jets. We're all right.
Well, I think XFL team's better than it.
Hey, don't sleep on the Jets. Trevor Lawrence coming to town. They're building a good squad.
They did add Carl Lawson and Corey Davis, I believe.
Yep, I did hear that.
I don't know who else they added.
But I like Cam Newton. He was in Charlotte. And they loved him here. Y'all gotta love him up there. So shout out Cam Newton, man. You gotta love him. Superman.
He took the hardest job.
What? He said that. He said that on the show that they got on YouTube with I forget what they call it, but he was on there with
I'm an athlete.
Yeah, with Marshall and them. Yeah, he said that. He said he took the hardest job, following the GOAT. Who better yet could have followed Tom Brady but fucking Cam Newton? That's the only guy could have done it.
Yeah, there's not many that could. Apparently Matthew Stafford didn't want to go there. So I think it was nobody wants to take the Brady shoes.
I believe Cam can lead y'all back this year, but you got to see me if you get out of the division. You got to see me.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about us paying Nelson Aguilar $13 million a year.
All right.
Because are we going to get the Raiders, Nelson Aguilar, or the Philadelphia?
So hold on 1 second. Yeah, Zach, I believe, right? Zach Duck Brown.
Yeah.
Okay. The feedback is coming from your end. So when we ask you a question, right, we're gonna unmute you so you can talk. I don't know how we're gonna do this well, but that's the problem. When we talk, we're hearing us twice. So don't think that we're just trying to mute because we don't like to hear you. We do like to hear you.
Unless you have a pair of earbuds or some type of listening thing. I think it's coming through your phone and bouncing off, and we're just picking up the delay on it is what's going on.
Several phones. This the only one I got that.
No.
That's down. That's up. The rest batteries, because I've been out all day.
Yeah, I think it's just a technology thing. As it's coming through your speakers, we're picking it up too. That's what I think is going on.
Yeah. All right. So we asked Zach this before. Jordan, what do you think of the Patriots free agency so far? It's a pile of shit, right? Worst free agency you've ever seen? I agree. Moving on.
Hey, don't be mad because my team got all the holes. Well,
your team's got all the holes. I agree. They're horrible.
I'm not going to say I think we did overpay for Nelson Aguilar.
You think so?
Yes.
I think they should have paid him more money so you guys can sign less garbage.
But I like the Hunter Henry signing, and I like the Jonnu Smith signing.
Yeah, do you think we're going to see the two tight end set come back over in New England?
Yes.
I do too. I think it's obvious, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, why would you sign Jonnu Smith and then bring in a little older Hunter Henry who's a little more injury prone and pay him the same money?
Maybe because they don't know what they're doing.
So I think they're going two tight end set. Well, and Cam Newton throws well the tight ends. He lived off Greg Olsen.
So fuck y'all teams. All right, go ahead, Jordan. What do you have to say about that?
Say about what?
Fuck y'all teams. They're talking about our teams. What you got?
I can't really say fuck the Browns because I feel bad for the Browns.
All right. You suck. Go ahead, Zach. Get him.
Oh man, I'm telling you. Man, fuck everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Especially Shitbird, but you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about nobody else. We the kings of the North. Baltimore, we coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bow down right now to that Baltimore shit, but give me to about October. So with that being said, we the new kings of the North. And we got to go. We got to go, man. I got to go drink tonight. I'm going to drink some cervezas. Margaritas.
There you go. And we all appreciate it. Let her rep. Okay, we can't hear
Steelers.
There we go. What? I had it on mute.
Fuck Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom Brady. Hey man, Miami won last year. Then the Chiefs get fucking good this year with all their signings, but they still need a guy that can get the ball to them. So we'll see.
But Zach, thanks for coming on, buddy. We appreciate your presence. Thank you.
We need to get David.
He said
Clark
he was
on
leaving.
here.
It was a little bit difficult.
Oh, okay.
David Clark,
Here we
get
go.
on here.
Rob, the one guy that will stand up to all Browns fans.
Oh, hold on. Back. Oh, Zach left again.
Yep. We don't know what's going on with Zach. He's Tourette'sing.
Did you guys ask him about the signing, the safety they got for the Browns?
Oh, he touched on a lot of the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of just ran with it. He talked about all of his signings, honestly.
Yeah, because I don't know who else that they got that was pretty good or whatever. I know they got that safety from the Rams, Johnson.
I mean, we can always pull it back up, but I mean,
who did Seattle sign besides Carson?
We re-signed.
Could say Trubisky.
Hold on. We re-signed Ethan Posick. I'm not too happy about that.
Who is that? What's he play?
He was mostly our center last year.
Okay.
And then we acquired Gabe Jackson from the Raiders in a trade for a 5th-round pick. Not too bad. Honestly, without the big signing for Seattle that isn't Chris Carson is Gerald Everett. So I think Gerald Everett's a very solid tight end.
Okay, so what do you think about losing Griffin in the secondary?
I'm okay with that.
Now, who you think's going to replace him? Somebody in the draft, or?
I think DJ Reed will step up and be the CB1. We got Witherspoon from the San Francisco 49ers. So, honestly, I think we're going to be okay there. So,
would you be open to bringing back Sherman?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. He's one of the all-time great Seattle Seahawks players. How do I get in here? I got something to say. Who is this?
You have the C where it says at the bottom. You can join StreamYard / You have to go to that. David can send you the link. Facebook user.
Yep. All right, and then we have thoughts on my Niners. Really, I'm just going to stick to my guns right now about how I feel about the Niners. Is they need to make some type of a push for a quarterback.
At least a backup.
Something, just some type of noise there. I do feel like we're going to draft. They're going to draft one. Overall, though, that is one of the best rosters in the NFL still. So I don't really think that San Francisco is in a bad spot at all.
Did you guys hear that San Francisco actually was the one who reached out to Andy Dalton?
I'm kind of glad they didn't get Andy Dalton because I don't want to 4 quarterbacks in the NFC West.
Yeah, because they apparently reached out to Andy Dalton, and then the Bears just gave Dalton more money.
Well, I mean, good for Dalton then.
Yeah.
So earlier when we were talking about the NFC East signing, both Fatman and I agree that Cam Newton's going to have a better season. What are your thoughts on that?
I hope. I don't know if it can get much worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying as a season, he had his moments where he played good. He had moments like against you guys, he played awesome. Even against Miami the first time he played, I wouldn't say he played great, but he played it well enough to win, obviously. He killed Miami on the ground, though. Then in the second time around, they ran all over us.
Man, why you got to keep bringing up old shit?
At least I said you guys beat us. I didn't say just the Patriots will beat you guys. I could have said, hey, the Patriots are 9-4 over the last, or I don't know what their record is against Miami, but they're 29-14 or something against Miami in the last 20 years.
Yeah, they pretty much split every year.
Yeah, especially the last 8 years or so since Ryan Tannehill became their quarterback.
It's usually Miami usually wins up there in Foxborough, and
Yeah, and
New
we
England
always had. That's what I
kicks
said
out.
last time. I said we are on here. I said I hope Miami. The NFL helps us with the schedule that we play Miami week 1 in Miami,
So
not week 15.
So that's Joe
Garcia.
Garcia wanted to get in here. Yeah, I don't know if our lady in the chair could send him a link to come in.
She is. I think we're having some difficulties, or maybe he's not in the actual pod right now, or yeah, maybe he's just not viewing. All right, I asked the question to Zach. We're gonna ask the question to you. From first to least, what is your starting quarterbacks in the AFC East?
That's a shit-eating grin.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because he likes
Josh Allen first.
You want me to go, or you want him to go? He looks like he's thinking. I can go I can go real quick. Josh Allen, Cam Newton, Tua, Sam Darnold.
He puts it 2 over Sam Darnold. I like it.
I do put 2 over Sam Darnold.
I agree with that list based on the talent around them, but I think if Tua had the same talent and Sam Darnold had the same talent, I take Darnold. But based on circumstances, I would take Tua. Tua has a little better roster around him.
Question: who do you
He
think?
ain't got no receivers either.
Do what?
Tua doesn't have any receivers either.
He got what's his name? Will Fuller.
Now.
Yeah, but that's better than what Sam Darnold got. Well, I take Will Fuller any day over Corey Davis.
All right. Question: who do you think won in free agency and the salary cap?
Overall,
in the salary cap, I think that I want to say the Indianapolis Colts won it. You know, signing or not signing, but trading for Carson Wentz and having all that money. Who won in free agency though? Right now, it's either New England or the Texans. New England because they got more big names. Texans because they're adding a lot of depth and they signed Philip Lindsay and Mark Ingram.
one of the things nobody really talks about is actually it's not really a free agency move, but it's a big move for the Patriots is because they get Dante Hightower back.
Yeah.
So I think the team that won cap-wise was the Buccaneers, because how the fuck did they afford to bring everybody back?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. The Buccaneers did bring everybody back, but Leonard Fournette and AB so far.
In free agency, I think that's easily the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. AFC North quarterbacks in order. For me, it's going to go Lamar Jackson, and then it's kind of like a slight tie.
We already went down this road.
Shut up. We gave Zach a chance. Now it's my turn. I don't want to hear you talk. I'll hit the mute button. There. This is for everybody's ears. All right. So I give the slight edge to Ben Roethlisberger, then Baker Mayfield, then Joe Burrow. All right, Jordan, you're back in the pod. I like the mute button. Look at his grin. It's so shitty.
It's like you just found it too. It's funny. It's a new toy.
I got the power.
For me to put the AFC North guys in order, probably Lamar, Baker, Ben, Burrow, and I put Baker ahead of Ben because Ben's on the backside.
Okay, so are we doing right now or based on potential?
Well, we all know who you're going to say if it's potential.
Yeah, you know who I'm going to say.
Lamar Jackson.
No.
All right, go ahead and say your list.
Right now?
No, yesterday.
Dude. All right. I love the mute button, man.
Burrow, Baker, Lamar, Ben.
He's like, let me get it out real quick. Man, we can tell you only watch the Patriots.
No,
All right,
no.
Let me see if I can get through these comments quick. Hold on, Jordan.
All right.
Bills may win the Super Bowl. Long time coming. I agree. It's been a really long time for them. Plus, they have 4 straight losses, which probably still stings. Jackson to the Rams. I think this is kind of needed. I do believe in Van Jefferson, though, which I've already made comments on. You have any thoughts about Jackson going to the Rams?
I think he's going to get hurt and miss an entire season again. He's old, washed, and busted.
Right.
Runs like a lightning bolt, but
Who is this we're talking about? Deshaun Jackson?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not Lamar, Deshaun.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, okay. Just so you know.
I mean, there's a lot of Jacksons potentially.
Yeah, you wish you had Lamar Jackson. I mean, yeah.
Nah.
All right. In the long run, the Cowboys will have more pressure to win. Dak needs to prove it. And I really I really agree with that because, obviously the sign was huge. The highest paid quarterback in the NFL besides Patrick Mahomes. So, I mean, I just don't think that he's worth it. I think, honestly, it does, just like Zach said when he was on here, it kind of hurts other quarterbacks that are going to sign because they're going to get paid just as much, in my opinion. So, I mean, I don't know. We're just going to keep going and paying. Pretty soon we're going to be paying quarterbacks like we pay players in the MLB.
Well, just like too, and they said in 3 years they're going to have all these new TV deals. So how much are quarterbacks going to make then when the salary cap goes up? Like 70 million or whatever it's going up.
Well, I mean, if it's another 70, they'll probably get up to like 55 a year, 60. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I'm saying. The quarterback's going to be making, almost, 100 million at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's coming. They're saying the cap's going to go up to like $250 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think it's at like 185 this year, so that's almost 70 million.
I mean, there was they just signed that huge TV deal too, 110 billion. Like that's,
yeah.
I know it's for 10 years, but still. And I think Amazon now exclusively has Thursday nights.
Yeah. I'm kind of like running out of shit to talk. Is there anything that you want to bring up to us there, Jordan?
I want to talk a little bit about the TV stuff.
Why do you love Lamar Jackson so much?
I like change. I think change is a very good thing for most things, especially sports. We're used to the pocket passers. We've seen it our entire lives of watching the NFL. And now we've got like a new style that's kind of like taking the league by storm. And it's the closest thing to running that we get. So I like his style. He runs a lot. I like his presence of mind, like his decision making during the plays. Like he makes really good decisions, and he does it all the time. Not just the 3 plays that you want to bring up on your fucking lives, just so you know, Jordan. He makes some really, really good decisions, and and on top of that, he's a great person. I watched. I don't know if you guys know who TD Barrett. If you like Madden, go and check him out up on YouTube. He played a game with Lamar Jackson, and like seeing Lamar interact with TD, you can see how down to earth the guy is. So I really like him. All
right, so free agency predictions, like after free agency, what's your all's thought on like each division? Does any of your division standings change?
I think they do 100%.
Which divisions?
The NFC East for me. I had Dallas a little high. I think that Washington right now looks the best on paper. And I do think that New York is also making some moves. Here, let me add Dave Clark. What's going on, Dave?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Yep. But yeah, I think the NFC East is the biggest one that changes for me.
Yeah.
Maybe the AFC South too, because I think Houston's putting together some nice moves down there.
I think you're high if you think Houston's going to win that division.
I'm not saying they're going to fucking win it. Did I say they were going to win it? I said that there are going to be some changes.
Well, it depends. If Deshaun Watson's our quarterback, they got a chance. If Deshaun Watson's not their quarterback, then they're finishing last. So that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, future question. Pittsburgh is sitting on $127 million next year. Think they make any big moves? Just so you know, buddy, Seattle's next on that list. I don't know. I think running back, sure. Quarterback, I'm not sure. If I were to tell you who maybe they can make a play for, maybe Saquon, possibly. We'll see. We'll see.
So I love Saquon Barkley, but he's another guy that's always hurt.
Yeah, you want an injury-prone running back?
Right. I mean, I don't know if I would try and make a play for Saquon. It's always good to have that much money when it comes around to free agency because it's like grocery shopping. You can go sign whoever you want.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on, Dave? What do you got for us?
Oh, not much. You guys are doing well. I'm not gonna, Cleveland Browns fan base, they could hate me all they want, man. I mean, why should I sugarcoat our team? Why should I hype them up? I mean, keep it real. Tell it for what it is. Dave, if you want to say they're winning the AFC North, you say it all you want.
They're winning the North.
I'll give you the smiley face in the comments all you want. That's fine.
I got something we could.
No, I'd rather say the Browns suck, and that way when I'm wrong and I eat crow, I'd rather be wrong. What are you going to say, Jordan?
I told you last week, Dave, when you were on with Zach, when you said what their prediction was for last year going into the season, and then they made the playoffs, I said maybe you should start saying they're going to go 3-13 to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Reverse psychology works.
I was going to say we could go around and say who we think our biggest loss for each of our teams is and who was the biggest gain for free agency.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go first. Seattle's biggest loss, in my opinion, would be. I mean, I guess I'll give it to Shaquille Griffin. Unfortunately, he wanted more money than I think Seattle was willing to give. Or honestly, I think Seattle didn't really know he was worth as much as they were going for. So yeah, that's a big loss. Our biggest gain right now, I think, is Everett. Tight end positions very much needed.
So you got him over Chris Carson?
Yes, Chris Carson wasn't going nowhere, bud. We needed a tight end. We have running backs. We're okay.
Yeah, but you technically gained him back because he was free agent.
Did you say that you were going to comment after I said anything? I thought we were going to go in order here. It's your turn. Go to the Patriots and shut the hell up.
Everybody. Biggest loss.
Tom Brady. The end. All right, Clark, your turn.
He's been gone a year.
Excuse me, John. That's Mr. Clark. Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Clark.
Thank you. What are we doing? Our worst free agent signing? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, we're doing the biggest loss, like the guy you lost, the biggest loss on the team, the guy you gained that you love, or whatever that you think was the biggest impact.
One of the biggest loss for the Cleveland Browns that we didn't re-sign, that we let walk in free agency, was Larry Ogunjobi, defensive tackle. Cincinnati Bengals picked him up in free agency.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, and then now the worst free agent signing we got was the washed-up bum we signed in free agency to replace him, and I'm looking the guy's name up now. It's this hold on.
I guess you could add that part.
No, bear with me. This Kalajuan Jackson, Malika Jackson from Philadelphia Eagles. The guy's 31. He's on his third or fourth contract. He's been with 3 or 4 different teams. The guy ain't nothing. And then the Cleveland doesn't know what they're going to do with the other guy we signed. That Sheldon Richards, a defensive tackle that we signed in free agency. 2 years ago. He was with Minnesota Vikings. We picked him up free agency and signed him to a big contract. And they don't know if they're going to restructure and redo his deal and kind of, take his money and spread it out over a longer period, or maybe give him a pay cut because he's not playing up.
Years.
Well, he's not playing up to what he was signed up for. We signed this linebacker, Anthony Walker, from the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know if anybody heard the name Anthony Walker. His name doesn't stick out to me. I mean, is he average? Is he okay? Somebody know?
He's pretty solid.
Well, I mean, if he's solid and
he's just say this, he's better than what the Browns have. So if that tells you anything,
if he's serviceable, and he can start and finish, the game, and if he's available, the best ability is availability. If he's available, there you go.
So is he your biggest gain, Anthony Walker, or John Johnson?
No. I was going to get to him. I'm glad you mentioned him. John Johnson III, a safety from Los Angeles Rams. I like the signing. I like the money. Johnson, he turned down more money from other teams to come to Cleveland. He was a team captain for Los Angeles Rams last year. That's going to be our best signing. And then we had Johnson.
Going back to Anthony Walker, it looks like he gets you about 100 tackles a year, 1 pick. He only averages about 1 sack, though.
Yeah, he's kind of like the guy for the Texans. He's a tackler. Oh, what's his name?
Hey,
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Hey, you get 100+ tackles a year. I'd take the guy if he's got a nose for the ball.
Yep. Looks like his best year was 2019.
Give me 1 second here. The other guy, I'm at the wrong, I'm at the wrong side. You guys do the data. You know what? Look, it's not that I'm not into my team. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I love the Cleveland Browns. I love trying to stay up with them, but I am extremely busy running the groups. In the groups, I can't be biased. I can't just be all Cleveland Browns. When I run the groups, I'm running the groups. I'm operating in the back side of the back of the house of the groups. But anyways, with the Cleveland Browns, they also signed this defensive end from the Atlanta Falcons.
Tack McKinley, right?
Yeah, it's Tackerist McKinley, and he's just average. He ain't nothing. He's a no name to me. He's a no name to me. They did, however, come to terms with Rashard Higgins. They re-signed him to a 1-year deal, which was good.
Yeah, because I was going to mention that.
And we re-signed Malcolm Smith, linebacker, that was with Seattle before. And I'm glad we signed Smith.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yep, absolutely. And then we signed a cornerback. We signed some other cornerback from the Los Angeles Rams. Anybody know who I'm talking about? I can't pull it up right now.
Troy Hill?
Is it Williams?
I see Troy Hill and John Johnson.
Okay, so it's probably Troy Hill. Yeah,
Hill. It's Hill from the Los Angeles Rams. I'm sure he's just an average because these names don't stick out to me. They don't grab me.
Troy Hill's more of a slot guy.
Slot corner.
Yeah, he's more of your slot corner. He's more the Rams slot corner because that Darius Williams and Jalen Ramsey are on the outside, and they put Hill as a slot corner.
Mm-hmm.
And they're only paying him about $6 million a year, so they got him cheap. I know my biggest loss for Miami is Ryan Fitzpatrick leaving, and the biggest gain was Will Fuller. Still kind of butthurt they didn't get a running back, but maybe
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that hurt to me. Him leaving.
What he's saying is that the biggest loss for him was
a backup quarterback.
Aaron Jones signing for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, the Aaron Jones signing that hurt, but yeah, Fitzpatrick leaving because him and Tua got along well. I think he was a good mentor for Tua.
No doubt.
Does Miami have a current backup right now?
They signed Jacoby Brissett.
That's right. They did sign old Jacoby Brissett.
All right, Rob Davis is trying to get in this here. He's Steelers. His biggest loss is Bud Dupree. Tell us what your biggest gain is, Bud.
I know what he's going to say.
Re-signing Juju.
Yeah, that's what he's going to say. Either that or getting Ben to come back, restructure his contract.
Yeah, I was going to say that, restructuring his contract.
Mark my word, Hollywood Brown going to get 100-plus yards against the shit Browns cornerback and safety.
The Browns.
Let me know when I can talk again. Let me know when I can say something again.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dave.
Well, I don't want to interrupt you guys either. Listen, I found a better website to look these guys up. All right, this Tack McKinley. I mean, he looks okay. I mean, I like that now that I could actually look at their picture. Okay, and I seen this Tack McKinley on my Madden Xbox One. So for Xbox, man, he plays pretty good on Xbox, man. I like McKinley. Let's see if it translates to the field for Cleveland. He wears number 98. I like the 98. He's got a little you guys are going to laugh at me now. He's got a little shield over his helmet. Tack McKinley, yeah, man. He's got the long taped wrists.
So he just looks good.
That. You know what? He looks good. He's going to be a good fit for Cleveland because I say so. So, and it's only a 1-year deal for $4.25 million. Okay, good signing. Yeah. Is it going to make a difference?
Maybe.
It's not.
He's a former first-round pick.
It's not going to be any worse than what we had. Olivier Vernon could cut back from a blown Achilles. The next guy here, Troy Hill, cornerback for Los Angeles Rams.
Lambs with an L.
With the Rams, yes.
Lambs. I don't know no Rams. I only know Lambs.
He signed a 4-year deal for $24 million. So
yeah.
For that kind of money, I hope he can hold up to be a solid starter. We'll see how he does in our system. I'm going to expect him to make plays. I'm going to expect him to provide coverage in the secondary, and I'm going to expect him to keep up with receivers in the AFC North, especially Pittsburgh's receivers, especially what we got going up against us. Anthony Walker, yeah, he looks okay for a 1-year deal. And the defensive tackle I told you is a bum. Malachi Jackson, a 1-year, $4.5 million deal. He played for the Eagles last year. Malcolm Smith, I already mentioned him. They re-signed him. Good choice. And Rashard Higgins, I already told you guys about him. So I'm going to give Cleveland Browns free agency signings a C+ grade. So, I'm not disappointed with it. I'm not overly joyous and happy. It's okay. It'll get us where we need to be for the time being. And I'll have more to tell you guys once we go through the draft, see how our draft picks, how our draft goes, what kind of selection we make in the draft. Anyways, you guys take it away. Whatever you got else to say.
I gotta ask
Dave. Thanks for coming on, bud.
I gotta ask Dave about this player that I don't know about. Not that Dave Smith.
So,
Fat Man.
I gotta ask about a guy that signed with the Patriots. I don't really know much about our defensive tackle that we signed from Miami.
Davin Gacho?
Yeah.
He's a number 2 guy. I think he started 2 years ago for us. He's young. He's solid. I mean, he's not anything real special, but he'll give you valuable snaps.
So he like a run stopper?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was assuming, that he was a run stopper, because I seen that you guys signed Adam Butler, and that's who I wanted the Patriots to bring back because he gets pressure up the middle.
I didn't see him on the list.
I believe they signed Adam Butler. I thought Miami signed Adam Butler.
He's not on the list we're going off of earlier.
You might have to look. I might have to look that one up because
here he is. Yeah, I found it. 2-year deal, $9 million.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's pretty solid.
I would have preferred Miami kept Godcho because I know he was young. But hey, there's a reason why he left. Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go. I got the Forrest Gump thing going on here. Too many Dr. Peppers.
All right. Dave, did you say you were leaving, bud? Or are you staying on?
I could for a few minutes. I might jump out here. Let anybody wants to know anything more else about the Cleveland Browns? I mean, I got to trust the process that Andrew Berry's making the right decisions. I mean, I'm not the general manager. I mean, they're not real flashy names, big time names. Now that I look at them a little bit closer, they're going to be okay. But they could have done better, or they could have done worse. So it is average.
How much did they pay Rashad Higgins or whatever?
Only 1 year, $2.8 million. So he was
bad.
He was willing to sign for less money because him and his agent originally were asking for $8 million a year on a 4-year deal. Cleveland said, we'll give you 1 year, 2.8, and the guy wanted to remain in Cleveland. So he was willing to pass on the free agent market to stay in Cleveland for another year. So, I mean, that's loyalty on Higgins' part. I hope it works out for the guy. I like the guy. I think he'll make a good third wide receiver. He makes a good third wide receiver. I wanted to keep him. He's valuable to the team. He has a real good work ethic. He's going to be there. He's going to show up to practice on time. He's not going to have any issues. He's not going to bring the locker room down. He works his ass off, man. He's got the attitude for a solid player, and this is the type of guy. This is the type of guy you want, man. And so, you know, I'm sure he's going to work out for us, and we'll see how things go in the draft and go from there.
All right. Got a comment here answering the question that I asked a little bit earlier from Rob. Biggest gain for him was Juju. He's young. He loves TikTok a little too much, but you can't say the kid doesn't ball out. And for him to take less money to stay in Pittsburgh made him love him even more. And yeah, I agree. I like the maturity in that decision. I always love that type of decision, no matter who makes it. You know, to me, team first. Your name is not bigger than the team. My problem with Dak Prescott. Your name's not bigger than the team. And Juju knows that. Juju is a better team player than people give credit for, and he proved that. So I'm with you. I know our good friend Angel is very happy about that as well, considering that's her favorite player.
Perfect example. Our center, David Andrews, signed, I believe, 2 days ago. 4-year deal for $19 million, and he was the top center in free agency probably. So he basically took a 4-year deal at $5 million to play, and he has the Super Bowl ring. So why don't he go make the big money?
Good point. Good point. Gotta love when people make those or players make those type of decisions. If you don't win this year, how many years y'all gonna wait? Go Bucks. Don't understand what you're trying to say, bud.
Because we lost when we signed Ted Karras from Miami. I thought that was the end of David Andrews. I was like, oh, we lost Tooney. Now we're going to lose David Andrews.
Yep.
Because Ted Karras was here before. So,
do you think the Detroit Lions will break the playoff curse next season?
No.
I think they're not going to make the playoffs again, and y'all are going to really, really miss Matt Stafford while he wins 14 games and locks up the number 1 seed in the NFC.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I know. You know more about Matt Stafford than I do.
I wouldn't go 14 games. Maybe 12, but 14? That's saying a lot in that division, too.
Oh, no. Did I miss Jordan telling us how good Lamar Jackson is?
No.
No.
I just love our receiving core. Juju, Claypool, Washington, Johnson, all super young, and I hope they build together in Pittsburgh because that can be dangerous. Yeah, y'all's receiving core is really good. Probably top 5. I think all 3 of your starters had over 800 yards. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, I'm with you. You have a really good wide receiver core. How much Go ahead.
You can go.
I'm talking
go
too much. You're good.
You good? You sure?
You good?
I was gonna say. I'll
How
probably get
much fucking money do these guys need? No, go ahead. I'm kidding.
I was gonna say I might get banned for this, but them Seahawks are looking like fourth place.
What fourth place in your heart?
No, fourth place in the West.
You got the 1980 Seahawks first, the 1990 Seahawks. There he goes.
Oh, wait, what happened?
He's got the 1990 Seahawks second, then the 1980 Seahawks.
What?
And then he's got the 2010 Seahawks.
Don't forget the 1996.
Yeah,
no, I got the 2021
just like the
Seahawks
4 times in a row, man.
No, I got the 1990 or the 2021 Seahawks in fourth place. It's a toss up though between third and fourth.
All I have to say is if you follow us and you watch us and you like hanging out with us when we do our lives, I want everybody here in the chat to say, "Fuck Tom Brady."
Fuck Tom Brady.
I just wanted to happen to
Fuck
say
Tom Brady.
Oh, we got the lady in the chair.
We got the lady in the background coming on.
What about Malcolm Butler? Do you say fuck him too?
I don't even know who Malcolm Butler is.
You know the guy that picked you off at the goal line?
I wasn't picked off. I was actually at home.
Well, the guy that picked Russell Wilson off at the goal line.
He didn't pick him off either.
No, he didn't?
No, it wasn't him.
Do I need to pull a replay up for that?
Why, are you just going to show me one play on how Russell Wilson's not good?
No, I never said that. I just said that he threw a pick. That it was Malcolm Butler.
Oh, here we go, dude. Rob's got the best comment, but Rob, I can't share it because of YouTube.
What's it say?
Go ahead and read it in the comment section. It was beautiful.
The last one I see is say "fuck Tom Brady."
Oh yeah, we got it right here. Just so you know, Steve, you're not going to win, buddy. You're not going to win. I mean, you could try as much as you want. You think you rattle your feathers. That's great. We're still going to keep doing this. We're going to still talk our smack, and we're not going to talk about your quarterback positively. Period.
Anyway, we keep bringing up this Russell Wilson goal line interception.
I know.
It's getting old.
Should
have gave it beast mode.
Okay, you can stop now.
Patriots won. The end.
Oh! Like I was just trying to shoot me on the show here.
Let's not talk about how Seattle got down there though.
Oh man, he's going again. We're gonna take it off real quick.
This guy named Jermaine Kearse.
It's a great comment, Rob. It's a great comment.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's great. So look, guys, I'm running out of stuff here. I'm like done.
Yeah, I don't think there's no big moves that happen today or anything. So
I would kind of like Steve to come on.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, is he a Buccaneers? He's a Buccaneers fan, isn't he?
No, he's a Patriots fan. So you two should get along. Except he went with Tom Brady.
No, I'm pretty sure he's a Brady fan. I think I've seen him in the chat before.
He doesn't know anybody else but Tom Brady.
I have fun with Steve.
He knows Gronkowski.
Yeah, he knows all the former Patriots that moved down to Tampa Bay.
He knows Antonio Brown. He knows what's that receiver's name? Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
That's not. I'd like for him to come in and talk to us, but
see, I've seen a live with him on, and I don't know about that.
I like for the other Zach to come on. The Steelers fan.
Who, Rob?
No, Zach.
I know. I tried getting Zach Jackson in here, and
Zach
Jake
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just a little busy, but this is pretty much all I got left, guys.
Yeah.
Got anything to add there, Fat Man?
fuck Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom Brady.
See, Hey, what I gotta say is see you in February.
I hope so. Thanks. I'm glad you think so.
No, I mean like this. See you in February, Patriots.
Oh, I still don't get it.
So I could agree. I could agree with Steve on Gronk. Well, hold on. Who might come on?
Wait, Steve on Gronk for what?
See, he might come on and talk to us. He asked me if I wanted him to come on. I'm like, yeah. That's why I keep trying to get you to come on.
Now I can really talk shit.
No, because he's always asking us to talk about the Buccaneers, so he can come on and talk about them. We don't really talk about the.
I'm saying I'm gonna talk crap about Tom Brady leaving.
Come on, why would you be mad at Tom Brady for leaving?
Okay, so I like Tom Brady. Well, I don't like him as much as I used to, obviously, but towards the end of his career with the Patriots, he start changing things. There's just a lot of stuff that it bugged me, like towards the end of his tenure with the Patriots.
So I'll say this. I love Tom Brady.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. We're talking about 3 MVPs, 7 championships, led the league in yards 4 times, touchdowns 3 times. You know, you're talking about one of the greatest quarterbacks that I'm lucky enough to have witnessed, because I didn't get to see Joe Montana play. I did get to see Peyton, thankfully. You know, I missed out on Dan Marino. And I got to see the later end, or the not so good years of Brett Favre. So 4 times, touchdowns 3 times. So like I'm really happy that I got to watch Tom Brady's entire career. I love Tom Brady, but I fucking hate Tom Brady lovers, because y'all don't know shit.
He don't like Tom Brady.
Look, I respect Tom Brady.
But he says fuck Tom Brady.
But I say fuck Tom Brady because I watched him beat the shit out of my team for years.
Nah.
Not that he's not bad. And I have many times said what I appreciate about him. He was a late round pick. He's not the most talented guy. He just worked really hard and got what he wanted. That being said, I'm still going to say fuck Tom Brady.
That man knows the Hawk loves him some Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So would you take Tom Brady over Russell Wilson?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
So you wouldn't?
No, not right now.
No. Okay.
No. I mean, look, Brady is a top 10 quarterback in his fucking 40s. Now, if we're talking about Tom Brady in his 30s, yes.
Okay, Tom Brady from 5-6 years ago when he was at the end of his prime. Would you take him or Russell Wilson?
No, not at the end of his prime. I would take Brady at 32 over Russell at 32.
Okay. So you wanted to take Brady when he beat your Seahawks a couple 6 years ago?
I think it was a little longer than that, 7,
8. Pete Carroll beat the Seahawks in that Super Bowl.
Darrell Bevel. Can we say it right once?
Hey, Steve, Dave sent you the link. I know I sent it to you in a PM. Go ahead, click that. You'll pop up on our screen here. We'll let you in.
Did Seattle really turn down a ridiculous offer for Wilson from Chicago, or was that a rumor? Well, a lot of the reports are saying that they did turn it down, and we heard a ton of people. A lot of credible sources saying that they were getting calls for trades. And then there was a lot of ridiculous sources, mostly from NBC, talking about trying to actually see Seattle trade Russell. So there was a lot of weird things. I do believe that the trade was real, though, but Seattle did turn it down.
My thing is, how do you turn that down, though?
It's fucking Russell Wilson. It's easy.
Yeah, but how old is Russell Wilson now?
He's 32. Well, turning 32.
Okay, so he's in his prime. I get that. But didn't Chicago offer what they offer? 3 first rounders?
3 first-round picks and 2 unnamed players.
Yeah. If the rumor I seen, I don't know if this is true or not, but if this is true, they asked her, what's the defense end for Chicago? He's real good.
Khalil Mack?
No, he's the linebacker. They did ask for Khalil Mack, but they asked for somebody else that's pretty good on their D line.
I don't know. All I know is it's not worth it.
Hicks.
Nope, not
That's
worth
his
it.
name. It was Hicks and Khalil Mack and 3 first rounders is what it was for Russell Wilson. I would have done it. If I'm Seattle, I would have done it.
Why?
Because that gets you a legit guy who can stop the run. That gives you 2 pass rushers, and you get 3 first-round picks.
Since 2012, how many players that came out of the first round in the draft are better than Russell Wilson?
That's not my point, though.
That is the best point anybody can give you. How many times since 2012 has there been a player out of the first round of the draft better than Russell Wilson?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, soon to be Justin Herbert.
Carson Wentz.
I'll go ahead and
So
say
what you're saying
Lamar
is,
Jackson.
so what you're saying
Lamar
is,
Jackson, late first round.
so what you're saying is the only person that's better than him was Patrick Mahomes.
Aaron Donald.
Lamar Jackson.
Aaron Donald's slightly an argument. Fat man, you could sit there and tell Lamar Jackson all you want, but I mean, we got it on video about how fast you would buy a Wilson jersey if he were to come down.
In a minute.
So
As soon as the trade came through, I'd be scouring eBay for that number 3 Dolphins jersey.
I know. So shut the hell up about Lamar Jackson being better than Russell Wilson. He's not there yet, and I love Lamar.
He would take Lamar, though.
One player from the first round has been better than Russell Wilson since 2012. And the other player is a very good argument. It kind of goes back and forth.
Okay, but I'm saying you get 2 guys that can get after the quarterback, and you get 3 first rounders, so you can fill the other.
Don't matter. It's not worth it. You're looking at a guy that's a Hall of Famer. No.
Yeah, but that's one guy.
No.
And you can still get your quarterback. You literally could trade up for a quarterback with 3 first rounders.
No. No.
Khalil Mack will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Khalil Mack's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, okay. You guys want to place money on that right now? Anybody want to place money that Khalil Mack will be a Hall of Famer?
Hey, you never know. What if them 3 first-round picks become Hall of Famers?
You see, you said it best. You never know. You're right. You never know, and that's not a chance that I want to take.
Because what if they take like a Trey Lance or something? Trade up. Trevor Lawrence. What if they land Trevor Lawrence?
No. What has Trevor Lawrence done in the NFL? Nothing. So I'm not willing to chance him over Russell Wilson.
So you wouldn't take Trevor Lawrence and them 2 guys for Russell Wilson, basically.
Sorry, say it again. I couldn't hear you, bud.
Oh, wait, what happened?
What happened? Did you just say that Russell's the best quarterback since 2012? Besides maybe Patrick Mahomes?
We're gonna have to take that button off you. It's too much power.
Oh man, I have a lot of fun. But guys, I am overstaying my welcome here. I don't know if Steve is actually coming.
I guess he's not.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, but all right, guys. I want to cut this out. Jordan, you want to say anything, bud?
Nope, that's it. Just the Patriots are back. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man.
Back in the toilet. Bye, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for coming on, buddy. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate Dave Clark for coming on. We appreciate Zach for coming on. It was real fun talking to y'all. What do you got there?
Now, guys, just like we always tell you, we throw this up on YouTube. You can go over there, rewatch it. Sorry we couldn't get you in, Steve. I was really trying. I would like to talk to you, knowing you're a big Bucks fan. I know I tried a couple weeks ago too, right after they won the Super Bowl, and you were busy, had something going on. But anyway, we throw this up on YouTube so you guys can go back, watch it back there. Be sure to tell all your friends, come on over, comment, subscribe, join the party. I also started uploading this again to an audio podcast, Spotify, iTunes, Anchor. We're on all of them, so you guys can go ahead and give it a listen there if you like what you hear. What else you got, Hawk?
If you like the music in the beginning, I've been a little lazy. I do have other songs I want to play. I'll start doing that at some point. But if you like the music, go and check out my buddy Brandon James up on Facebook. His band is called Cruel Bomb. You can find him on YouTube. I like it. Hopefully you guys do like it. Go and check him out. And other than that, give us a comment. Obviously, give us a like. Give us a couple shares. I'm out. I'm the Hawk.
And hey, guys, we really love everyone that comes on. We'd like to get more people involved. Like I said earlier, we don't know all the teams. Hold on here. Somebody's struggling. They can't. Oh, Steve said he couldn't get in this time. I don't know what happened, Steve, because I know I sent you the link. Dave sent you the link. The link shouldn't have changed. But hey, we like getting new faces in here. Told you guys earlier, hey, we're not an expert on all the teams, so it's nice to talk to fans of every different franchise and get their takes on things. That's it. I'm the Fat Man.
All right. See yous.